Ciao. We just got to Cinque Terre. We're staying in Riomaggiore, and anyways, we just got into our place. Really nice. The guy was super kind. Met us up at the train station to get us here because it's a little tricky. Lots of stairs, lots of ramps, tunnels. It is not for the faint of heart if you're coming with lots of luggage. So again, we have our carry-on and our totes, but I mean, it wasn't like a breeze of a walk. You know, if you're traveling with somebody older. What would you say?
Couldn't get any video because we were lugging.
Oh yeah, I couldn't get video. We were just lugging. And I would say that was true from all the way from Florence. We had to take in total 3 trains to get here. You had to like switch platforms, and then you had to buy the pass, and like, anyways, it was a little bit. But we are in the first town of all 5 towns. We are about to go out exploring here really soon. Maybe grab some food and sit on the rocks out here for sunset, or maybe we'll be in one of the other towns. But I thought I would do a quick room tour because we found this and it was available last minute. I bet you there was a cancellation because they have multiple rooms and it was all booked, so I kind of feel like we just got really lucky. But in case you're planning ahead of time, you know, of course everything in this vlog will be listed down below, but I will do a room tour. So starting off, this view is incredible. Pretty warm in here. Have a cute little sitting area, nice big light, a nice big mirror which works. You can see I'm still in that very casual outfit, of course. And then you just have a bed, light, definitely updated apartment for sure. I actually found in Cinque Terre there was like not a lot of updated options. So if you are planning to come here, I would book early. Yeah. Just not as updated for sure in this area. And then the bathroom has everything you possibly need. Obviously a little masculine, not really my style, but perfect for what we need. And then a big shower as well. And I feel like where we're staying is definitely managed by a property management company. So they were like, I think they're very used to Americans, and he explained everything, keys, doors, all of that. No pant hangers. And then we're on the hunt for a steamer because we broke ours. We fried ours in Rome. Yeah. But there was a iron, so hopefully that will help us out. So I think right now we are about to, I'm going to change, and I think we're about to head out and explore. We did get the Cinque Terre pass for just today and tomorrow, so you can go from the towns unlimited, and you can also walk between the towns like unlimited times. But it really just depends. I don't know, like we might go to Portofino tomorrow. I'm not really sure. We kind of have to look at the weather. We might be getting some weather here soon, so we will definitely see if we do that. But yeah, we're about to explore. We just made it to the first town, so we are in Manarola. Got a quick bite to eat, just grab from the counter. That's what's amazing about here is anywhere you go, you can just do a quick bite. So we got some coffee, we got some, I don't even know what I got, some kind of sandwich, like pizza thing. Pat got a calzone, and then of course we got this like Nutella cookie, which I know will be delicious. But just kind of spend the next hour here exploring before we go to the next town, or maybe we'll go back to ours and explore a little bit. And yeah, it's kind of cool where I'm at. It's like this little restaurant, and it is like all these stone walls and stuff, which is really cool. Like everything is truly just built into whatever's existing. Cute little window over here. So we are in Manarola, and what's crazy, you guys, is one, I've jumped off of these rocks before when I had studied abroad. There was a couple places we had jumped off. It was scary at the time. I don't know if it looks as scary, but then here you can see here, there's on the path that we're on. This used to be the stairwell that would take you down, which is just absolutely crazy. I'll show you the stairs. It's like, where is the path? And Pat was saying like, well, what would you do? And I'm like, once you got to the bottom, you literally would just get in and swim. Absolutely beautiful here. Each time you climb more stairs, it's even more beautiful. Better view. We're about to get some gelato and head to the next town, which might be ours. We have to decide. Ice cream slushies. Babe.
Homemade slushies.
Really? You want one?
This one there. Look at the book. Next station, Baia Cannone.
We are back from exploring Manarola. Now we're back in Riomaggiore. We are about to go out to these rocks to see if we can kind of watch the sunset, but also take a really pretty photo peeking out of the window into those rocks that I'm talking about. There are tons and tons of people, so I don't really think it's going to happen. I think the only way it's going to happen is if people are like, oh, you want to take a photo? Come here, you know, which I don't know if that's going to happen, but we're going to try. If not, whatever. We're going to enjoy the evening, walk around, explore here a little bit. I'm in this really cute Abercrombie linen set. You guys know it's one of my favorite outfits. I feel like if I can't get a good, cute photo of it here, then Pat will be able to get one in Venice. I feel like in Venice there's like a lot of little canals, and we'll be able to just kind of set up and do what we need to do, but here it's just very, very crowded. Tons of people. They're already calling this the high season. Typically that used to start the first week of June, but it has progressively increasing just as Italy is becoming more and more popular for tourism, but also it's getting warmer and warmer sooner and sooner. So wish us luck, but I'll show the view anyways and what we end up with. Okay, so we were able to get a couple photos of us, which they're so cute. I love them. And then Pat was able to take a few of me, but like a million people walking up and down, like just completely watching everything. So there's that. And then down on the rocks, definitely would have to get there early to get a spot to watch the sunset. We could not. Hey, you guys, we just got back to the room. We're actually about to head out though and try to find some food. We watched the sunset and we tried to get a couple photos. Thank goodness there's a couple people at each place we've gone. We have really been able to ask people just for photos, and like, you know, you do like that. Will you take a photo of me and I'll take one of you? And people usually get that, you know. Very, very crowded. Insanely, absolutely crowded. I definitely feel like when you see photos and there's no one around, I feel like the creators are coming at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., or they are coming like March, April, like way in advance. Definitely high season already, even though we're at the second week of May or third week of May at this point. Just so crowded. I would not come to Cinque Terre for longer than 2 full days. I feel like it's plenty. So many people. You shove yourself on the train. Reminds me of when I lived in New York City, where you like throw your body in and hope that it lands inside the train. Like there's so many people. And then you walk in these tunnels. And I told Pat, like when I was here with my girlfriends during college, which was over 10 years ago at this point, you were kind of like, this is spooky because there's nobody in these tunnels. And now it's just like tons and tons of people. If you come to Italy with more than a carry-on and a tote bag, I would absolutely not come here at all. I probably lifted my bag between like getting on and off the trains, little stairs, mini stairs, down the platform, up the platform, all that. We probably did that 40 times to
and
get.
Not even that much here.
Yeah, but just to, yeah, here we actually get like kind of have more like ramp type things and then some stairs. But yeah, just truly from Florence, stopping at Pisa, then you have to go for a train from Pisa to La Spezia, and then you get on the regional train to Cinque Terre, and it stops in each town. So that wasn't as bad, but you're lifting it up on the train, you're like getting into the train, rolling it down the aisle, like think of a train aisle, like a airport aisle, and then you're lifting it way above the seats. So yeah, if you are not a light packer or traveling with somebody older, yeah, no, skip it. I would say you could do a day trip from Florence if you really wanted to, or even like stay in La Spezia. It might be a little bit easier to kind of commute into La Spezia. A lot of people do that actually. You can just take the train, very easy. But yeah, definitely crowded. Still very beautiful though. It is very, very beautiful. Right?
Yeah.
We stayed in our village for dinner. We didn't even hardly have to wait. I think this was like around 8 o'clock at night or something like that. I think we just got lucky since we're 2 people. If you come with a big group, you absolutely have to do reservations, especially at busier times. But my gosh, these pasta dishes were insane. That's a pistachio pasta, and then the other one is pesto, which Cinque Terre produces pesto. And my God, these were incredible. We also had some Aperol spritz. It was just such a lovely way to spend the evening. Good morning, guys. We are about to head to Portofino to explore, kind of spend the morning there, maybe early afternoon before we head back here to Cinque and kind of explore more of the towns. We were already out this morning, just absolutely beautiful. This is what I'm wearing though. It's cute little linen shorts, and then the swimsuit is from Revolve, this little polka dot one. It comes with like the matching bottoms, of course, as well. I have my bag, Converse sneakers, very comfortable.
Abercrombie tee, Abercrombie shorts.
And his Vans.
And
Yeah,
white van.
we are rocking the same sneakers, of course. I mean, there's no other option but to do this. We kind of have, let me see if I can turn this around. You can kind of see a little bit. But yeah, we have been in sneakers the whole time. I brought a couple other pair of sandals, and I just don't even think it was worth it. We both should have just really brought another pair of sneakers, I think. We just got off the train and we're in Monterosso al Mare. So it's the actual only part of Cinque Terre that has an actual beach, if you're looking for kind of like a sandy beach with umbrellas. Most of these are paid. I'll take you guys over there too in a second because it's like the beautiful orange and green umbrellas. But this might be a hotel, I'm not exactly sure. It's just really, really cute. But yeah, the other towns don't really have it. They just kind of have the rocks that you lay out on. Now, if you were coming here and you wanted to do a beach day, a full beach day, you can definitely rent out an umbrella with a little sunbed underneath. But I would definitely add a day or at least a half of a day to the 2 days I had previously said. Same goes for if you're wanting to do some hikes. There's tons of hikes that you can do, 4, 5, 6 hour hikes. You could definitely do that, but you would have to add that into the equation of how many days you want to spend here as well. If you're just wanting to go town to town and taking the regional train, you can absolutely do that in 2 days. Okay, and then we made it to Portofino, and it was just as beautiful in person as I had imagined. I will explain later in the vlog kind of like how to get to it and how that kind of works from Cinque Terre, but it was just absolutely beautiful. Portofino literally translates to a pretty fine harbor, and it is just absolutely stunning. The water is clear. You can see all this fish in there, boats everywhere. It's definitely like a luxury resort kind of town. There's even a couple luxury high-end designer shops like Dolce & Gabbana here, but really pretty restaurants, pretty little shops that kind of surround the whole bay area. Now, I knew I wanted to get to this area, which is called Baia Cannone. It's an iconic bay where you see that golden villa right there. It's all over Pinterest. It's been on my bucket list for years just because it looks so stunning here. And the little cove beach area to the left there, just like absolutely stunning. I've always wanted to come to Portofino, so it was amazing. It was a dream come true. Just note, if you do plan to do a beach day here, definitely want to bring water shoes. A lot of the beaches in Italy, including Positano, like all rocky beaches. So you'll definitely want that. Up there where we just zoomed out of, that is the Belmont Hotel. Very few hotels here, but the Belmont is obviously a luxury high-end hotel. Looks absolutely gorgeous. And then Pat was just amazed at all the yachts that were out here. I mean, this is like a very luxury area, Portofino is. This one yacht though has like a half-court basketball on it and 2 boats to get you to and from, which is just kind of crazy. The water was freezing. It was definitely freezing. So if you are a swimmer, I do suggest coming later in the season towards the end, just so the water has had time to warm up. Now walking back to the main little square area, the La Piazzetta, you can climb up here. It's a big hike. You can do stairs or like a big walk, I should say, but just to get different viewpoints of the bay, which is stunning. But up here is the Portofino Church. It's a yellow church, really beautiful. You can go in and out. It was just kind of like a very beautiful Italian church, marble everything, chandeliers, painting, like just stunning. And then also there is the Brown Castle, which was created, it's from like the 15th century, I believe, and it was built to defend against pirates. We didn't do that, but this is us kind of coming back down from the church, and it's just like a nice little walk, a little slope. And of course we had to stop and get gelato, because at this point in the trip we were having like at least 2 gelatos a day, or we would each have one and then share one in the evening as well. But to this day we talk about the gelato and we miss it very much. Okay, we made it back to the train station, Santa Margherita Lingue, I think, to take us back to Cinque Terre. So we did Portofino. It's always been on my list to do Portofino. I've seen it like all over Instagram, Pinterest, all that for probably, I don't know, a dozen years now at this point. So I thought we could go ahead and squeeze it in on this trip. It was not complex to get to. It's just kind of a hike, and it's like I keep saying, it's May and they're already considering pretty much all of May is high tourism season, so you're not gonna like kind of beat the crowd. It's still beautiful weather and it's like good time to come, but a little too early in the season if you want to do swimming in the bay or anything like that. It was definitely very cold, even in Cinque Terre, very cold to do any swimming. But Pat and I say over and over again, we cannot imagine coming here in July and August with such high heat and even more people. We got shoved onto the bus and shoved off. Like, I mean, it was like, yeah, like just a lot. Yeah, it felt like, you know, a subway train in New York City where someone's just shoving you so they can get on and stuff. It was a little ridiculous. We did pay for bus tickets both ways. I don't think we needed to. €5 each, so €20 to get from the main train station to Portofino, but they didn't check it. I mean, there was just millions of people pushing and shoving to get on. Now we're gonna get on the train to go back to Cinque Terre. We'll probably head back to our room, maybe change into something a little bit warmer and be out for the rest of the evening. And then we leave tomorrow morning. We kind of have to figure that out too. We have to book the train. We're going to Venice. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna rain almost the whole time we're there, but there's nothing we can do, you know. But going back to Portofino, it's absolutely beautiful. You can absolutely see it in a few hours. Yeah, it's stunning. I mean, the whole coast, the whole bus ride there. You can also do a ferry, and that would be beautiful as well. The coast is stunning. Yeah, so it was definitely beautiful, just very, very crowded. I kind of wasn't expecting that kind of crowd for how early we are in the season, but like I said, I feel like Italy's just a hot destination and everyone's traveling. It's so safe to travel here. We felt safe the entire time, and I think that's all just kind of lending to the seasons being longer. So May and September used to be considered shoulder season, and now I would say they're just right up there with high season for sure. You go into April, goes into a little bit of rain, and then October is probably the same. When the whole family was going to come, Pat's parents and his sister and brother-in-law, the 6 of us, we had planned a trip for October of 2020. Obviously COVID prevented us from coming, but we were planning October. So I'd be curious what that is. It's a little bit cooler, but I think it would probably still be a good month. I just don't know if it's rainy or anything like that. Yeah, but I will say, very happy to see Portofino. The only place I haven't seen in this trip, so that was lovely. I was just, yeah, a little bit surprised by the amount of people and stuff. They actually shut down the road, so if you were renting a car and driving here, you wouldn't have been able to enter.
Vernazza?
Huh?
Vernazza?
Last town to explore. Made it just for sunset. Last night in Cinque Terre, we are ending in Vernazza. Climbed to the top to see this pretty view at sunset, and then we're about to and then we're about to head down for some dinner. We just grabbed a pizza, watched the rest of the sunset. But this pizza was absolutely incredible. It was, what was it called, Pat? It was a pesto one, but it had like cherry tomatoes, mozzarella, olive oil. That was like it. It was phenomenal, a 10 out of 10. I think the place actually has a location up in the village a little bit more. That's a 5-star rating. So we kind of noticed that like this place, I think it's owned by the same people, but absolutely incredible. And obviously such a beautiful view. Clearly we ate it all, and I'm about to eat that last piece, but incredible. It was absolutely the perfect way to spend our last evening there. From Vernazza, we then took the regional train back home to Riomaggiore. What'd you get?
Chickies.
What are these called, Pat? We just got these takeaway seafood. I think they're called, fruities or fruites. But Pat found chicken and fries, and then I got a bunch of mixed seafood. Should be delicious.
Oh, what do you think I need for that?
Oh. Pat needs his cannolis. Good morning, you guys. I think we're on day 6, but we are headed to our last place. We leave early Thursday morning. Today is Monday morning. We are about to catch, I think, 4 trains until we get to Venice, so it's a lot on and off. I had originally planned a long maxi dress, like a black maxi dress that I'm super comfortable in, but I feel like it'd just be too hard to lift the luggage and go up and down the platform. So that's one thing to note, like when you catch a train, you're usually going up a whole flight of stairs, down a whole flight, and then if you're switching trains, same thing, down, up, and over. So it's just kind of a lot. I'm back into these Amazon little comfy pants and this little crop top, this little tank. I do wish I would have brought the black versions of these, or at least one other color. I know I've mentioned that before. But yeah, I just decided to put these on. They're quite dirty at this point, I think, but oh well. And then Pat kind of has on, repeating some stuff too. He has his baseball hat on, one of the comfy tees, and just shorts. So we're kind of reusing some things. I definitely have tips and tricks for what to pack, things that I would not have brought and things I would have brought instead. But overall, I do feel like we've had what we've needed to have with us. And then I'm obviously back in my Converse, Pat's in his Vans. They're pretty much all that we're wearing. Hello, ciao. We made it to Venice. It took a while to get here. So we started out in Cinque Terre, and we had to catch 4 trains to get here. Of course, one of the trains was delayed, which means we missed the next train, which was kind of like it wasn't a nightmare. It just meant, one, we got on a train and hoped that we were okay to get on it to get to Florence, so we wouldn't miss the train from Florence to Venice. But the thing with that is we scrambled to get onto that train. We had to go like 6 platforms, and in case if you guys haven't been here before, you have to get off the train, go downstairs, and then you're typically underground until you find the right platform that you pop up again. So you're going up the stairs, and then you're going to run like to catch the train. So yeah, which we did. It was a little chaos, and of course that meant then that we were like on the wrong cart, so we had to like walk through with our luggage and stuff. It was just a little difficult, but we made it. Unfortunately, it's going to be pretty much all rain the whole time we're here, so we're trying to see as much as possible right now, just being out and about. We just had delicious gelato at a place that I've seen all over Instagram and TikTok. It was a 10 out of 10, so that was really good, but have really been enjoying our time here, and just totally I'm sure it's loud, but have been enjoying our time here in Italy. But yeah, Venice is our last stop, so we're here for 3 days. But like I said, unfortunately, it's going to be a lot of rain. So hopefully there'll be like bits of pockets of when it's not raining, we can like pop out. What do you think of Venice so far? Oh, really?
No, it's definitely different. They're all different, but
yeah, I feel like each place we've gone is really, really different from the last, so that's good. Okay, so we got to Venice. we're kind of filming this backwards, but got to Venice, and it's gonna rain pretty much the whole time we're here. So the day that we arrived, it was gonna be a little bit nicer. Like, we were like, okay, let's immediately change and go out before the rain comes. So this is what I have on. I have on that beautiful dress from Ask Your Label. I'm wearing size medium. Definitely need to get the straps taken in, and then I think I will absolutely love it. This little cashmere striped sweater from Quince. They're an amazing company for like cashmere and just really good staples at a really good price because they cut out like the middleman, and they're a factory to consumer brand. Pat has on something a little bit different tonight. He has on a classic little t-shirt from Abercrombie, and then these really nice linen pants from Nordstrom, and really nice Cool Han loafers. I have on, you might need to do it. I have on just ballet flats. Those are the Amazon ballet flats that I have. They have been very, very comfortable. I've been super happy with them, so I'm glad that I definitely brought them. I haven't worn all of my shoes. I brought 2 pairs of sandals that I thought I was going to wear. I have not worn them. If you're coming to Italy, Europe, any kind of country like that, absolutely would just leave them at home unless you're doing like more of a beach thing. I wish I had a second pair of sneakers, and then truly just the ballet flats and my Converse. But anyways, we will take you guys through. Now the next clips will be like what we did this afternoon, because we're just getting back in for the night, but we forgot to share. Venice is literally built all on water. It has many names: City of Bridges, the Floating City, City of Canals, but obviously you can see it is all water. There's over 400 some bridges that connect everything. We immediately headed to Piazza San Marco with the Basilica of St. Mark, also the Doge Palace, but essentially this is the religious and political center of the city. Up here on the left in the footage is St. Mark's Basilica. It is the most famous building in Venice since the year of 1092. It continues to remain one of the most important religious buildings in northern Italy. It's absolutely stunning. I know I said in the footage to Pat, I was like, it's always under construction, which something this old, you can imagine, is kind of always being worked upon. But this is the massive square with the Doge Palace there in the background. You can just absolutely only imagine back in the day what this was like. Obviously super wealthy, super elite. Venice was one of the most important cities in all of Europe during this time for trade and just like the commercialization of everything. Now, of course, you can do lots of tours in this area. You can tour the Basilica, you can tour Doge Palace, you can climb the bell tower if you had saw the red brick tower there in the first clip or whatever. But you can also climb that as well. That one is actually a very inexpensive thing to do. I think it's like €10 per person. I would imagine at sunset it would be amazing. But when we were here, it was funny because people kept taking photos of like the water puddles there. This is what immediately floods. You can see how high the water already is, let alone when it started raining. We were like, oh my gosh, you can just absolutely understand how this whole area would be flooded. They put in a lot of times floating bridges or platforms essentially for tourists to be able to walk. And then right around the corner is this little bridge here, which you can stand up and get this view, but I just came down and around to get the same view. But that's the Bridge of Sighs. It is said to be the bridge that connects from the Doge Palace into the prison cells, so prisoners would used to cross that bridge and sigh as they took in the last beautiful view of Venice. From here, we then just decided to head over to the Rialto Bridge area, which is a bit like a main area of Venice for sure. Lots of restaurants and shops over here. We immediately went to get gelato, which our favorite place ended up being Suso. I'm sure you'll see it here in the vlog at some point, but just amazing gelato. And the charming part of Venice is that you can just kind of walk all these different canals, and you can see all the different shops, you see the gondolas. Like, it's just like one of those places that you can kind of just walk around and take in the views, go in and out of different shops, that kind of thing. Our favorite gelato place ended up being Suso Gelateria. We tried a couple, but this is by far the best place, rated the best too. They have multiple locations, 10 out of 10. We got it every single day. And then over here, this is a view of the Rialto Bridge. It is the most important bridge in Venice. It connects 2 different districts, 2 different neighborhoods, essentially. Obviously, there's shops over there, but just absolutely a beautiful view from the top of the Grand Canal. And I still think it looked beautiful even though it was slightly raining. Hey guys, it is, what day is today? Tuesday morning. We are in Venice and it is torrential downpour. We just ventured out because it's already 1 o'clock, actually 2 o'clock. and we're pretty hungry. So our goal was to get to this one pizza place that I have on our list, but it is just torrential downpour. So as soon as we spotted this grocery store, we're like, let's go in, let's get snacks, we'll come back. Hopefully it's going to clear up around 4, so in a couple hours. And so we're like, we'll just grab some snacks and then we'll venture out and kind of, hopefully it'll just be cleared the rest of the day. But, you know, when you're traveling, what can you do? We've been so lucky with the weather that we've had this whole trip so far. So anyways, we got some random things at the grocery store. Some kind of potato chips. I got this blueberry water. Pat got a Powerade. What do you have there, babe?
The Powerade. The Gatorade tasted so good, but they didn't have Gatorade.
Yeah, they didn't have the Gatorade. And then he also spotted, of course, donuts that he needs to have. And then we got 2 sandwiches. So the sandwiches I'm sure will be good, but just something to kind of like fuel us for now. And then hopefully we can go out later. I have quite a few things on our list to do. We had a wonderful evening last night though, so that was nice. And a lovely dinner right by the Rialto Bridge. It was a little expensive because I feel like it always is when you're by like a main tourist spot, but the food was incredible. I completely forgot to vlog it. I did snap a photo though. I can put it here, but I had a wonderful tuna salad. We walked past all these people sitting there, and it's right on the water, so it was really, really beautiful with like beautiful lit like tables, like truly on the water, lighting. It was just a really nice ambiance. And anyways, walking past, I was like, Pat, that's a salad. And your girl loves chicken salad, you know? So anyways, I was like, let's go there. And the food was phenomenal, but they just like added extra charges, 12% tax, plus €2 each for the Capro or whatever you say. But
water.
Yeah, water was like €7 or like for one bottle. And like, we've been so dehydrated this whole trip. We feel like it's just like, anyways, we paid it, obviously. I mean, we didn't even know, but we got the bill and we're like, oh, that's so annoying. But anyways, we're going to watch a little bit of Bridgerton and hopefully go out here in an hour or 2 as soon as the rain slows a little bit. When it's just pouring and you only have one umbrella, we're in the sneakers that we have for the rest of the trip. Like, you know, we don't want to push it. And you can tell I'm already like soaked from the little walk that we did. So hopefully it'll clear up soon. Okay, so once it did start to clear up a little bit, we decided to head out. And of course, anywhere in these cities in Italy, you can always find espressos, coffee, anything you want, desserts, sandwiches to go, alcohol, aperitivo, anything you want. But anyways, so we had grabbed espresso, and then I went to check out this bookstore. It's a super old bookstore, Libreria Acqua Alta. It's like Instagram famous or whatever, but I wanted to check it out because I just thought it was really cool looking. It was definitely just like crowded, but like 1,000,000 and some books. The books are like in the walls there. You can see it's kind of like a whole thing. There was like a photo op spot that people were like waiting in a crazy line for, but just, I don't know, something on the list to kind of check out and see or whatever. So we had done that, and then we made our way back to Piazza San Marco. So again, this is St. Mark's Square, which is like the main part of town or one of the main areas of town. And we walked through there. You can kind of see it ended up being like quite sunny for a little bit. So I feel like it does, like Venice in pure sunshine, especially at sunset, I would imagine it's just so unbelievably beautiful. Like I said, we didn't have the greatest weather, but you can see here it did clear up for a little bit, so it was really pretty. The red tower there to the right is what I had mentioned before. That's the bell tower that you can pay to climb up and get like a really pretty view of St. Mark's. Pat and I just noticed that in like when you look down in the canal, like the water, all of them, like the water is up to like that very last stair. So at one point, you just have to go down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stairs before you hit the water. I mean, Venice is sinking at 1 to 2 millimeters a year, plus water is rising. So I don't know, interesting thought. This is Hotel Danelli, and I've seen it all over Pinterest and Instagram, and I just went to see it in person. It's a historic hotel. It's absolutely stunning. Just like anywhere in Italy, you just turn the corner and you find like a beautiful church. You go inside, it's marble. It's just absolutely stunning. Found this little beautiful area, and I thought it'd be really cute for photos. So we actually asked that couple who were taking photos too to take a couple of us. I'll put them here, but those turned out really cute. And then we went around the corner to like the luxury shopping area, and this is us inside Dior. So actually, when we were in Florence, the bag that Pat had wanted had sold out. And so they called the Dior store here in Venice and held it for us for 5 days, which I just thought was amazing customer service. They were so nice. That's the bag that Pat ended up with. He loves it. We actually filmed an unboxing video when we got home, and kind of to share the story of both of our bags too, because it was just really special that we were able to purchase them in Italy on our trip. And yeah, the whole stories behind it. I just think it's really cute and just such a good memory. And yeah, so that will be coming if you're interested in that. I got my Prada Galleria bag. I'm obsessed with it. And then Pat got this Dior saddle bag. But quite a few things in terms of pricing, a little bit cheaper with the euro to purchase. The prices are just cheaper in Europe compared to the US, and then you have like the tax refund. So definitely worth, if you're looking to splurge, definitely worth to do so on your next European trip. But obviously still very hefty price tags, but it was a really cool experience that we both had. It was just, yeah, we won't forget it. It's just amazing. So anyways, that unboxing video and kind of the storytelling behind everything will be posted next week here. After going in and out of a couple more shops, we then dropped Pat's bag off, freshened up, and then headed out for dinner. You can see the sunset here on the Rialto Bridge over the Grand Canal. It was beautiful. So we just stood up here watching the sunset, and then just around the corner we found this restaurant that we wanted to go to. So when we first got here on day one of Venice, this lovely woman was on the water taxi with us, and she was telling us all about Venice. She loves it, one of her favorite cities. So she recommended this local place, family owned. The food was a 10 out of 10. It was phenomenal. So I'll leave it down below in the description box. I think in all of Italy for sure. I think this opened up in 1720 or something like that. Obviously very expensive, but the decor is just absolutely stunning. The coffee is good. We knew we had to at least get coffee one.
You got cafe ice?
I got an iced cafe latte.
No, you got a cafe ice, and then this is a something.
Affogato or something. No?
You're not even close on the name. No one's gonna know it.
Okay, I was dying laughing after that because clearly I didn't know what we ordered, but we had looked at the menu for so long, you guys, and Pat couldn't make up his mind, so whatever. It was delicious. Yeah, the price of these were just insane. I think they were like 20 euros a piece for 18 euros. It was ridiculous. You can find amazing coffee for like 3 or 4 euro at any coffee place, but obviously just an amazing experience. You can even do like more food trays, like tea kind of trays and stuff. But I just couldn't get over how beautiful this is. And I forgot to mention, but this was a coffee shop that allowed women back in the day. It was like, that was one of the kind at the time, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, the architecture, all of that was just absolutely stunning. And I had asked the waiter about it, and yeah, so he was kind of able to point out different things that it's actually original, which was cool. Then we headed back to the Rialto area, and this is inside a historic building, but this is a department store. It's Fondaco dei Tedeschi. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, you can see this is just so cool, like just the architecture, it's just stunning. Of course, we just kind of strolled in and out. At the very top, there is a rooftop, and you can actually book that if you wanted to go out on the patio for like 15 minutes or something like that and just kind of see the view of the Rialto Bridge with the Grand Canal behind it. But you definitely have to book reservations, and you should definitely book that like 3-4 weeks out. You essentially book a time slot and then show up for that. I was hoping, just because the weather wasn't the greatest, that we'd kind of be able to just go up there and wait in line, but that was not the case. Definitely have to book out, but obviously we booked this trip 3-4-ish weeks out from actually going, so it just wasn't on the list to book. But cool thing to do if you are there. But you can see, like, in pretty much all these shops, you can look out the window and get an amazing view. So that was really cool too. And again, you can just browse. I was shocked. Like, Pat just kept saying, like, there were hardly any sales associates in all of these bags. Like, nothing is locked to the walls or anything like that. Just kind of crazy. There's the Rialto Bridge in the distance there. It ended up pouring the rest of the night, so on the way home from the store here, we just grabbed some food and had a slow evening in the hotel, and then a slow morning as well, because it had rained a good bit in the morning. To a splendid hotel here in Venice. It was raining a little bit, so we thought we would just step inside this beautiful hotel, grab a drink, and enjoy the view. It's right on the canal. You can take a water taxi straight here. They have their own dock, just like our hotel, but watch some of the gondolas go by, but it has been raining, so they've definitely stopped. The decor in here is just so beautiful. I got a little mojito and pack on an espresso martini, which I've been sipping on too. I absolutely love it. And then they brought a little tray of like chips and nuts, which was just so nice. But we did walk through quite a bit of rain to get here, so we might relax here for a little bit. So starting off with drinks at the Splendid Hotel. This is day 3, our last full day in Venice. Originally, I had planned 3 full days because we wanted to do like a half-day trip to Burano and Murano, the islands. You can take a ferry. You can book a tour, but from what I read, you can just absolutely book like ferries by yourself, like water taxis, and just kind of explore and save a good bit of money. There's not like somebody that walks you around when you book the tours from my research. So anyways, but this was kind of like our last day to explore. Again, the weather, we just weren't really sure. I knew this was already halfway through the day, so I didn't want to go to Burano Murano and get stuck in rain. So we decided to walk around the Canagaregio neighborhood. I know I'm not saying that correctly, but that's the other huge neighborhood that connects to the San Marco neighborhood where we stayed by the Rialto Bridge. So we just explored that area. Definitely very more like family area over there. Families live there, lots of kids playing in the parks and stuff, which is really cute. Went to this pizza shop. Delicious pizza. We loved it. We actually took it over to the water and just sat out there and watched the water. Okay, you guys, obviously made it back from Italy, back to Orange County. It's wonderful being home. I wanted to just like quickly finish up the vlog though, because I thought I had filmed a little bit more, but I guess I didn't. We did run into rain pretty much the rest of the evening, but we were able to go back out and kind of do one big last stroll of Venice, which was just so special. Gelato, I think, and something out, a panini after the pizza that you guys saw, and then went back to the hotel. We were like, okay, let's kind of do the packing thing, let's get everything organized, especially the designer bags, that kind of thing. So we did that, and then we were able to go back out for one nice last evening stroll just around all the areas again, and also grab more gelato, of course. So anyways, we flew from the Venice airport back to Atlanta and then Charlotte, spent a day and a half in Charlotte, which was lovely, just to kind of share the trip with our family and pick up our little puppy dog before heading back obviously here to our home. The Venice airport was super easy to navigate. We took a water taxi from our hotel, like the stand right next to the hotel, to the airport, which ended up being cheaper than what I initially thought we would do, which would book the water taxi, the main water taxi that goes through the canal, to the train station, get on a bus that takes you to the airport. But our hotel girl told us this way was so much cheaper. I think it was called like Alla Laguna, and it stops at certain water taxis in Venice, and you just book it. I think it was like 50 euros each, and you just book that, and it takes you, literally drops you right off at the airport, which was kind of a cool way to leave Venice. So I'll leave that down below. One thing about our hotel that we really loved, it was right on the Grand Canal, and it actually had its own dock, so you could take a private taxi from the train station or wherever you wanted straight to the dock. If you wanted to go to a different island, like it could pick you, like you can get picked up right outside. But also the key, I think, amazing thing about this hotel was right next to it was a public transportation dock. So literally from the train station, we got on that one water taxi, and we had to take 10 steps from that public dock into our hotel. Otherwise, you get off at the public dock, and if your hotel or Airbnb or apartment rental, whatever, is like further in or down a couple streets, you are then lugging your suitcase, wheeling it up a couple stairs, over the bridge, down a couple stairs, and doing that like a million times. So I will say our location was amazing for that. If you're going to Venice and you have lots of luggage, or just even like maybe with somebody older who can't do all that walking, we were in a good spot because of that public dock. Now, we were 15 minutes from the Rialto Bridge and 15 minutes from San Marco, so it was a good area for us because we don't mind walking and seeing more of the canals and stuff. But I definitely think, you know, given the situation of who you're traveling with, or if there's a need to be closer, I think like closer to the Rialto area would probably be more ideal if you had somebody that was older and couldn't do as much walking, or accessibility reasons, that kind of thing. But anyways, it was just so nice that our hotel had its own private dock as well as the public transport dock close by. Because even though we were on the Grand Canal, it's not like there's one path that takes you straight to the Rialto. You have to interweave in and out of all these alleyways and bridges to get right back here, essentially. Like if you popped your head, maybe you would see it around the corner, but like you have to weave in and out, which is very true of Venice. So anyways, a ton of walking there, but it was wonderful. We just had such a great trip. If you guys didn't see my Italy vlog part 1 of sharing Rome and Florence, I will leave that linked down below as well. That was awesome. We flew into Rome, and then Florence was just so special. I had studied abroad. So if you haven't seen that, it is down below. Also subscribe if you're new around here. I do post about 2 videos here a week. I recently just posted a curvy denim shorts haul. I have a summer jeans haul coming next. A lot of good Amazon finds in that, which I'm shocked about. Literally shocked that I found jeans from Amazon that I love. And also in terms of Italy content, I did just post my packing video, how to pack in a carry-on. So if you're curious how I did it, and I know I mentioned a couple times in the video, oh, I wish I would have brought this instead of this, like all that is explained and detailed out in that video, so that is listed down below. If you guys have any questions about the trip or anything at all, just leave me a comment. I will get back to you. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope to see you really soon in my next one. Bye.